Hello beautiful people! Now today I'm going to be talking about the most hyped up rides in the community that I'm sort of in. These rides are rides that people just rave on about. People just absolutely love these rides, so I thought I would share them with you guys. Before we get into this video, I just want to say sorry that my hair is a mess as always. Yeah, it's just just look at this. No. So yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, these aren't necessarily hyped up in like a bad way. Like I think there's like a reason that people like these rides so much. Looking at them, I have never ridden any of these rides. I have been to one theme park out of all of these rides. So, you know, I can't really say much about them, but I just thought this would be a really fun video to film. And I want to see if you guys agree with me. So, let's get straight into this video. So, the first ride that everybody absolutely loves. Everyone just raves on about this ride. It's actually like ridiculous, but like in a good way. I'm sure you all know what it's gonna be. It's Nemesis at Alton Towers. Everybody loves this ride. I feel like I'm the only enthusiast in the whole world who doesn't at least like Nemesis, because I've never ridden it. Like, I've never been to Alton Towers. I really want to go, even though I would be very scared to ride Nemesis. I still want to go, and I want to at least try and just like try and even just ride Nemesis once. Like, if I don't like it, I never have to do it again. So yeah, Nemesis, everyone raves on about it. It opened in 1994, same year as the big one. Is it B&M? I swear it's B&M. It's an inverted coaster, and it was designed by John Wardley, which I really like because I like John Wardley. It was designed or built by John Wardley. I don't know. It was one of them. But yes, Nemesis, everyone raves on about it. I can kind of see why, like watching a POV of it and watching it sort of off-ride, like off-ride videos of it on YouTube and stuff. I can kind of see why it's raved on about so much. It does look like an incredible coaster. Everyone says that it's the beast. The inversions look insane. Not really insane, but like they look incredible. And yeah, whether it's because it's just sort of inverted, we don't really have a lot of inverted coasters in the UK, whether that's why everybody raves on about it, I don't know. It looks really smooth, and it's nothing like an SLC. Like, when I first became an enthusiast and I heard about like Nemesis and stuff, I thought, oh my god, that's so much like Infusion at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. No, it's really not. Like, Infusion is a suspended looping coaster, Nemesis is an inverted coaster, so, you know, they're a little bit different. Nemesis looks more like smooth and more comfortable to ride, whereas Infusion just looks like, it looks beautiful off ride, don't get me wrong, but on ride a lot of people say that it's rough, and I haven't ridden Infusion because I don't really want a headache, and a lot of people say that you can get a headache from it, but yeah, I don't know. I also don't really want to sort of have to go upside down in the air, so like I have my feet sort of, oh, I don't know, it sounds really scary. But yeah, Nemesis Alton Towers, everyone raves on about it. I can kind of see why, although I've never ridden it, so I can't make a comment. But yeah, I'm sure you all agree with me. Nemesis Alton Towers, just Nemesis. And the second ride that everybody raves on about is Shambhala at Portaventura. Again, never ridden Shambhala. Have to be one of the most, like, what's the word? Like, I have to be one of the most few enthusiasts that haven't ridden Shambhala. Like, a lot of people have ridden Shambhala and a lot of people love it. And I'm not just talking about theme park worldwide, like I'm talking about like everyone. Whether they don't like it or not, they've still ridden it and they still talk about it. So, you know, everyone just says how it has like loads of airtime, how it's smooth, it's comfortable, it's really high up, and yeah, I don't know, just a lot of people like rave on about it, and I can kind of see why. You know, again, same thing with Nemesis, watching videos of it, it does look really incredible, although I feel like I'm gonna really offend people here. It, like, watching a POV of it, it kind of looks a bit like boring. I know, I'm sorry, don't shoot me, but I'm just saying, you know, like, everyone says how the big one is a monorail, but at least the big one has like steep drops and like twists and turns and stuff, which I guess like Shambhala does as well, but I don't know, I feel like I'd just fall asleep on that ride. But before you all kill me, I haven't ridden Shambhala, so a POV is like completely different to on ride. Like, to be honest, when I watched a POV of the big one and I hadn't like ridden it at this stage, when I watched a POV of it, I was all like, you know, it looks alright, you know. The main reason I didn't want to go on it was because of that first drop, because it is like really steep, it's really thrilling, and so yeah, every time I watched a POV of it, I was like, you know, it doesn't look that bad, you know. I feel like I'd just fall asleep on that. But now I've ridden the big one, I love it. Like, it's my favourite coaster, you all know that. So yeah, I feel like that would be the same thing with like Shambhala. If I was to ride it, I feel like I would be screaming my head off. I would be enjoying it, I wouldn't fall asleep, and it wouldn't be boring. Like, I don't find rides boring in a way. I don't know. Just Shambhala at PortAventura, everyone raves on about it. I really want to go on it, although it looks really, really high. And I'm not really like scared of heights, I don't know, like, I scream on the big one, so I feel like I'm not really ready for Shambhala just yet. But hopefully within the next like 4 or 5 years I will be riding Shambhala. And I can't ride Shambhala right now because I can't afford to go abroad, but hopefully one day in the near future I will be able to ride Shambhala, and I'm pretty sure I will love it just as much as everybody else does. So yeah, Shambhala at PortAventura, it looks incredible, it does look really, really smooth. So yeah, and the third ride that everybody raves on about is, well, I don't know, not really like properly raves on about it, but I've heard like a few people rave on about it. It's Odyssey at Fantasy Island. This is a suspended looping coaster, much like Infusion at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, although this one is a lot taller. This one is, I don't know, I don't want to say better because I've never ridden it. Every time I've been to Fantasy Island, it's been closed. Not that I really want to ride it anyway. Having said that though, my dad has ridden it. He hated it. He literally came off saying how much he hated it. Like, he just hated the fact that he was like upside down in the air and like you could just see the ground like below. Oh, I don't know. He didn't like it. And if my dad doesn't like something, I'm not gonna like it either. Like, my dad he doesn't like to admit it, but he is a thrill seeker. Like, he does like rides. So the fact that like my dad doesn't like something as big as Odyssey probably means that I'm not gonna like it either. So yeah, and I've only been on 2 upside down roller coasters, so I feel like I still need to like build up my courage and sort of build up my confidence with rides to get to that stage. But yeah, Odyssey at Fantasy Island, it's not like hyped up as much as anything like Nemesis or Shambhala, but it is a really hyped up ride. A lot of people say how it's a lot smoother than Infusion. A lot of people say that it's the best SLC in the country, if not the world. So yeah, and it does look really good off-ride. I feel like SLCs off-ride, they look incredible. Like, they look absolutely beautiful, especially sort of more near the back of the train when it's just sort of being like dragged along with the rest of the train. It just looks really nice. But yeah, Odyssey looks insane. Like, that first, is it the first inversion? I don't know, but it has like a massive loop which just looks scary as hell. So yeah, the inversions just look insane. It is so tall. It's like is it like the second tallest SLC in the world? It's either the first or the second tallest SLC in the world, which is crazy. But yeah, Odyssey at Fantasy Island. Not as many people rave on about it as much as like Shambhala or Nemesis, but a few people rave on about it and everybody seems to love it. So yeah. And the fourth ride that everybody raves on about is the Smiler at Alton Towers. Again, a really hyped up ride that everybody just raves about. Like, everybody loves the Smiler. I haven't like seen or met anybody who doesn't at least like the Smiler. Again, I must be one of the only people in the world who hasn't actually ridden the Smiler. Although I really want to though, like it looks so much fun. Although like I said, I've only been on 2 upside down coasters, so I feel like I'm not really ready for that yet. But I don't know, I feel like once I've ridden it, I'll be alright. Like, it's just sort of getting over that like first time of doing it. But yeah, the Smiler at Alton Towers, even like after, I hate to bring it up, but like the incident that happened in 2015, even then, everybody still raved on about it. They still supported it. They wanted it to reopen, you know, like, and I think that's amazing that like the community can support a ride like that and they want it to reopen and stuff. I must admit, when like the crash first happened, I was a bit like, oh my god, that ride is not safe, it should be shut down. But now, like a few hours later, I just completely changed my mind and I thought, rides like the big one crashed in, was it like 2005, something like that, and that's now completely safe. Like, it's almost impossible for the big one to crash now. And I feel like that's just the same thing with the Smiler. Like, it's more safe than it ever was before, and it just looks like so much fun. And if things like the big one can reopen and like any other coaster that's had some sort of incident and the Smiler can, it's kind of like saying that every time there's a crash on like the motorway, it should be closed. Like, how is a motorway different to a roller coaster? Don't know. It's not. So obviously it is, but you get what I mean. So yeah, the Smiler at Alton Towers, everyone loves it, everyone raves on about it, and to say that it's manufactured by Gerstlauer, like a lot of people seem to like it, or love it in fact. So yeah, the Smiler at Alton Towers, I really want to ride it. It looks like so much fun. Hopefully one day in the near future I will get to ride the Smiler and I will like it, and hopefully I will be more confident with rides by then. But yeah, the Smiler at Alton Towers, and also the merchandise of the Smiler looks incredible, like t-shirts, jumpers, mugs. I actually have a Smiler mug which is cracked, but who cares, it's still suitable for display. But yeah, the Smiler at Alton Towers. And the final ride that everybody raves on about is Stealth at Thorpe Park. Everybody just raves on about this ride. Again, I must be one of the only enthusiasts that haven't ridden the Smiler. That hasn't ridden not the Smiler, Stealth. What am I saying? Yeah, I must be like one of the only people in the world that hasn't actually ridden Stealth at Thorpe Park. It looks very scary, I must admit. It's like 205 foot high, I think. Is it Intamin? I swear it's Intamin. And that launch looks insane. Like, oh my god. It just, yeah, it goes so fast, and I've watched like videos of it like rolling back, like a rollback of Stealth, and like, oh, I don't know, it just looks really scary. Although a rollback on something like that would be quite fun, to be honest, but yeah, I don't know, I feel like I couldn't deal with like how fast it goes or how tall it goes and how steep that drop, I don't know. But like I said, I've never ridden it, so I can't like make a comment. But yeah, Stealth at Thorpe Park, everybody raves on about it. Everyone says how it's like really smooth, how it's an incredible launch coaster, and how it's just sort of fun, you know, it's just a fun coaster. So yeah, Stealth at Thorpe Park. Is that all I want to say about that? I feel like I've talked about like the other rides more than Stealth. I don't know, there's not really a lot to say about Stealth. It's quite like a simple coaster, but I feel like because it's simple, it's like scary. I don't know, like it hasn't got any inversions in it, but like I've said in previous videos, you don't need a coaster with like loads of inversions for it to be good. So yes, and I bet the views at the top are incredible. Like it just looks insane. Like when you're at the top you can literally see all over the park, and I bet that just looks incredible. So yes, Stealth at Thorpe Park. That is basically it for this video. That's all the rides that I know of people rave on about. That doesn't make any sense, but you get what I mean. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you agree with this list and what rides you guys rave on about. I will see you guys on Wednesday for my top 5 series. If not, I will see you guys next weekend for another video. Bye guys, love you.